it all really started from conversations that we had with Father O'Shea, and we became very good friends. Him and I were genealogy research buddies and spent a lot of time doing that project. And one of the things that he said that he really regretted was that there wasn't an appreciation or knowledge about how much the Irish priest had really impacted this diocese. Bishop Gerber that said there was over 60 of them, and I just sat in my pew and I thought, oh my gosh, I had no idea there were that many of them. And I started going through my head, because I grew up in Wichita, and was listening to myself identify all the different Irish priests that I knew. And it was just a handful in comparison to the 60. So I think that talking to Patrick and bringing him into the project and listening to him talk at our house when we were having him over for dinner a lot, it just made some sense that we finally get an opportunity to address that.
When Father O'Shea was sitting at dinner with us, he started to talk about boarding the ship to come to America. And of course the whole family had an Irish wake, because many of them felt they would never see their loved one again. And in fact, with some of the earlier priests, that was true. When they came over on the old ships, they never went back. What that meant for those priests to come to America as missionaries, they were giving up father and mother and family and following Jesus to the calling that they had here in the States. And that was a tremendous effort, and we felt like it needed to be thanked by the Diocese of Wichita.
After listening, then they related to me what Father had said, and it confirmed what Father and I spoke a lot about. We were always talking about, the priests who came over here, what challenge it was for them to come here. And both of us had a similar experience in leaving home, coming, and leaving behind our loved ones. So then we got to talk about it. So what could we really do to honor those priests? And a lot of ideas we went through a lot of ideas. We came up with the idea, well, something more permanent. Now, what could be permanent if not that idea of the cross? But not just any old cross, so to speak. We said, what about a Celtic cross? Because that would represent the Irish here in the diaspora.
Well, we got to thinking about, we wanted this Celtic cross to be out of granite. And I asked the question, do they quarry granite in Ireland? And of course they do. So we were very pleased to work with a stone quarry in the Dublin area. And this cross will come from granite from Ireland. And that to us is very symbolic, because this granite is coming on a ship across the Atlantic to the Americas, just like so many of those Irish priests did so long ago.
So the next part would be, okay, we'd have to have a cross big enough, or at least a base big enough, to put all the names. But when Renee started looking at all the names, we came across how many in all we'll end up with?
Well,
maybe?
it'll probably be close to 59 because
59.
of the qualifications in order to get in.
Yeah, right. So a base with 59 names did present a problem to us.
So we came up with the idea that instead of having their names on the granite itself or on a plaque that would have to be redone, that we would put a QR code somewhere on the plaque that would go directly from a phone, from any kind of an iPad, and it would be able to be tied into the diocese webpage. So it's been a labor of love for us, because we obviously think a lot of our Irish priests.
I met with the bishop early on and told him about the idea that we had and how many priests were involved, and Bishop was just very supportive. In fact, we had a spot picked where we wanted to put the cross, and the bishop said, no, I don't want it there, and he gave us an even better spot. So we're just so pleased to Bishop Kemi, and this is going to be exciting, because this is really kind of an interactive living monument. It's not just a piece of stone, but with that QR code, people can always look up a priest of theirs, someone they knew, priests from history, and really learn a lot about the heritage of the Irish priests coming to the Wichita Diocese.